Let's go. All right, we're back with another condensed Go game, and this one might be a little bit longer than usual. I'll try and keep it quick, but it's about 260 moves. We're going to go through the whole thing because there's no one particular move I want to talk about. It's just a crazy game with some massive back and forth swings. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Let's go. All right, so I'm playing as black, 9k up against white, 9k, even Steven on the skills side of things. And like I said, I'm black, so I had the first move, and we started off at the 4-4 in the upper right. A couple moves in. White 4 goes. Yeah, white 4 goes the upper left corner, and it chooses to attack on the lower left instead. So I defend a little bit and say thank you very much and take it. The 3-3 basically, I kind of like this. If you get a free move up here, if you play at the 3-3, you basically get that chunk, right? Because you can't just throw in to win there. It's not super aggressive. It's actually pretty conservative because you're not playing too far out, but you're, instantly with one play, you've locked up some space, you've started building your base, so it's kind of a nice little free play if you get the opportunity. And what did white do in response? Absolutely nothing, just ignored it. So I'd say right off the bat, within the first couple moves, I have a bit of an advantage here. I have 3 corners, he's got 1. Anyway, moving on. Responding on the lower left. Oh, look at that. He gets aggressive after all and jumps in the upper right at the 3-3, doing exactly what I was talking about, but more offensively instead of defensively. So that's a nice play. I like doing that myself quite a bit. So it looks like it's going to work out a little bit for him. He definitely gets a bit of territory, builds up, a string of stones there, plays off here to kind of offset. You instantly probably going to get that space in the middle. So he's won a bit of space up there by doing that. But again, I can do the same thing down to him here. And this isn't in bad shape. I mean, I'll probably end up getting the right-hand side-ish. I don't know how far down that'll extend. But then I can attack his, like I just said, and then I'll probably still get something over here on the left. But we shall carry on. So right now, probably pretty even. AI thinks actually that after that, the last couple moves, the AI thinks that white has an advantage here. What do we got? Estimate the score. White by 12. A lot of it is up here, right? It's pretty early to put a score on this, but seems pretty even. So I jump up there, put a little pressure on the upper part of the board, and like I said, I'm going to ease down the right. Sure enough, get some territory there. Another big move down here. Those are both good moves, right? Like my last move out here and his here. I'm really extending by playing there. I'm assuming I'll probably get that space in between. Probably won't be under pressure because he's probably going to want to defend this corner, right? So he'll probably play like here or here to try and lock down the right-hand corner, giving me sort of a second play then to follow that up, maybe here or here, something to support this single stone while kind of building up that space in between that big jump. But I also like what he did. He didn't respond to that at all and took another very big move out here. This is the only side of the board really with nothing going on before that move. It was pretty wide open, right? So now by playing there, he's saying he's got this little wall right down here, which is starting to build up, right? And he wants to probably build there because he wants to capture everything in the middle, right? Like in an ideal world, that's what he's going to do. Quite frankly, that's it's too far apart. This gap here to that stone, I can easily throw in here somewhere and eat up some of that territory and start to break him down. Still quite a bit of space open up there. Looks like he's forming maybe a group here. Let's take a quick look. So we got white is something like this. Probably going to get this bottom right-hand corner, and he looks like he's posturing to get something out here. But that's loosey-goosey, that's wide open. So now, on my side of things, probably have the upper left on lockdown, building up a nice little base here on the right-hand side, probably extend a little further. And then we got probably a huge chunk at the bottom of the board. I'd say most of the bottom. Middle of the board is still wide open, up for grabs. So, carrying on. I respond just like I said. That was too big of a gap. It's too big of a space to protect I don't want to let him have that, right? So I jump in there. Interesting move there on his part. I don't like that play. Because that's not protecting anything. You're saying maybe you want to surround this black stone and kill it off, but there's too much space in here to do that. Like I can sneak left, I can sneak, left, I mean up, or I can sneak down. You know, I can easily build a base in there. I can kind of weasel my way out one of these ways. I can put pressure on this stone and trap him between these two stones up here, right? So it'd be pressure coming this direction and pressure coming this direction, forcing him out, most likely, and then all of a sudden I get that left-hand side of the board. So I don't like that play. Long and short of it. Moving on. So he goes, I ignored that move. Interesting. Lock up some space on the bottom. And I like what I did there. I might be able to split him, right? He's got these two stones and this group up here. All of a sudden, he looks like he's in a bit of disarray up here. He's got these two not connected to this one, not connected to these two. There's a cutting point here, which really puts the pressure on these two. And then I can, you know, maybe kill off those as well. Meanwhile, my group is super safe. Might not extend out to here to this stone, but that bottom left-hand corner is in good shape. And by killing either these guys or these guys, that might be what saves this guy out here, right? And who knows? That could become a huge piece of territory. Moving on. Looks like he's going to try and connect. I'm trying to cut him off. He's going to... Okay, so there we go. So there's a little bit of support for this stone. There's been a little bit of an evolution in the play down here. It looks like, you know, he's got to play here and here to connect. He can do that, but I'm forcing him by playing here. So he probably plays there next at d6 to connect. Otherwise, there's a good chance he'll lose those two. But by forcing him to do that, I get that play. Plus, I get another play. Probably, I suspect I would go there, right? And that'll give me a nice little base to build off of, or maybe I sneak underneath, but... What's he got? Oh, he ignores it, and I ignore it. Oh, there we go. So he does make that move eventually. He's cut me off on the left-hand side, so I can't connect down. But that's okay, because look at that. I can read my own plays. Not shocked that I played there, just as I said. He's going to try and block me off. Ooh, aggressive move there on my part by black. I've cut him off, so I've put pressure on these three, which only have 2 liberties left. I'm going to get forced out here right now with an Atari. Maybe I can connect up, but also this group of his, that 6 string of white, is in trouble. Interesting little development. So he's cut me off. So that, okay, so this... I don't know. I don't love this group now. It's definitely feeling a little bit boxed in. Probably can be safe, no big deal. But also, there's a good chance I can kill this group off now. So we'll see. But this group of what is going to be 4, they might be in a lot of trouble unless I can kill these 2 off. Because I'm already getting kind of circled in there, right? So we'll see. I can play here, though, too, and force him out. What happens? Trying to ladder out. Puts me... Oh! Wow. Look at that. He put me in Atari with these 3. And I didn't do anything about it. I guess I couldn't. I play there, then he plays there, and I'm still toast because he can cut me off. So I ignored it, but then he ignored it. So maybe, I'm assuming those stones will be dead moving forward. Put him in Atari. Alright, so like I said, this left-hand group doesn't feel super secure. Looks like he recognized that and threw one in right in the middle of that group. So, and I ignored it, put him in Atari down there. Working on the bottom of the board. Alright, so he's pressuring here on this left-hand group. Doing his thing. Interesting. By playing... I'm just going to step back one move. By playing there, I like that play because I'm assuming these stones are dead, but now I'm putting the pressure on this group. It's only 1, 2 liberties left for that big group. So... he can't slip up here. He's got to address this, or otherwise, like, one more play and I'll kill this group off. But it's putting the pressure on him to kind of clean this up a little bit. And if he's going to kill those stones just to take it, sometimes you don't want to because it feels like you're wasting a move. But sometimes you need to, right? So he puts me in Atari. I'm basically in a double Atari. Those guys are dead, but I like what he did there. Actually, let's look at that. He could have, because like I said, this group's in trouble. Unless he takes these 3 stones, which are going to be dead. So the obvious choice was to play there. You kill those off. You put this guy on Atari. It's totally safe. But by playing here, where he did, I like it because he's still one move away now from killing actually an extra stone, this stone plus these, by playing here. But he's also, instead of playing down here, he's played up one line. So he's gonna kill these anyway, but he got a little bit more space by doing that. His influence kind of, whoops, don't want to do that. Back to the game, out of the drawing board. Oh shit, I lost my spot. Pretty much there, something like that. Jump ahead. Whoopsie daisy. There we go. So yeah, instead of playing down here on line 8, he's actually gotten a row higher at row 9 with a little bit more space. So it's subtle, but good play by him. Carrying on without losing my spot. So let's just do a quick little AI estimate again here. Estimating white by 31. So white's got a pretty significant advantage. Like early on the game, they were up by like 10-ish, 12-ish points. It was super early, but white had the advantage. All this talking making me parched. And now he's extended his lead to 30, that's a lot. At this point in the game, we're almost 80 moves in. As you can see, white's doing a pretty good job in that. Oh, see, the computer thinks these stones of mine are going to get killed off. It knows these are going to get killed off. So the computer thinks this might end up being one group. That is significant. That's huge. Plus this bottom right-hand corner. But looking pretty good for white right now. Moving on. I'm going to get a little more space in the upper left. All right. Oh, we talked about this quite a while ago. He threw in at the 3-3 here on my 4-4. And I said, hey, if you're going to play those games, 2 can play that game. I can do that to you. And sure enough, like 80 moves later, I do the exact same thing. He thinks he's got this corner. No siree, Bob. 2 open. You can jump into the 3-3 and take it. Play this out. Something I've done hundreds and hundreds of times. Maybe not that much, but enough that I like doing it. He's going to try and... Oh, maybe he did... Did he get it? What's going on down here? This is a crazy... No, he's only got 2 lines. Got 3. This is a crazy variation. What's happening down here? Oh, I don't think... Oh, man. I thought I could get that. I was so confident. I'm like, I take this corner all the time. Sometimes it doesn't work. He played a good little variant there. I don't know what that... I don't want to... Yeah, let's go back. Let's check it out. We got the time. I said this is going to be a long game, so let's look at what happened. Because I do this quite a bit. All right, there we jump into the 3-3. This is pretty standard. Come out. Okay, he was set up a little bit with this stone. That helps. I think that influences things. Because if that stone's not there, then when he plays there at S6, you play there, you force this guy into Atari to retreat up here, then you play here, and you kill this stone off, and then all of a sudden you got that whole space. So having that stone there, that's what makes a difference here. So anyway, we don't have to get too deep into that. Let's jump back to where we were before. All right. About here, so I don't think my group actually is going to live where I threw in there. Looks like I settle for the loss down there. Yeah, that did not work out at all. Puts me into Atari there. Still in a little bit of a co-battle, looks like down here. I force this move. Talking about that earlier. Only had 2 liberties left. I could force it and force him to take those 3 stones by playing that Atari. What else do we got here? Oh! What just happened? He might have screwed up down there. What? Okay. Let's go back to the right here. And pause. So, I put him in Atari. He takes those 3, right? We know that much. Boom. Next play. Down here. So this stone, I could take it at any time. Finally, I do. I'm like, yeah, I'll take that. Sure. Not a big deal. He just can't take it right back for the next move, right? He's got to do something else. Oh, but that's a nice play because he can't... Well, he could, but he can't go here. Because he can't take the stone, right? But he can... The only way he can save this stone right now that's in Atari is by playing here, but that kind of puts him into the snapback situation, right? Where then this whole group only has 1 liberty, and I take it by playing there. So this is interesting. Maybe he plays here? No, he just ignores it completely, allows me to take that. Oh, what a play. This is huge. So then he's got to do whatever he's going to do. Next play. Oh, mama. Yes, let's go back and look at that. Put him into Atari. He takes those 3. Oh, what a play. So that I'm just looking at this group. It's just set up, right? This guy's been Atari for, who knows, tens of moves. It's been sitting there for a little while. Maybe not that long, but like 5 moves at least it's been hanging out. And by taking that stone, I'm forced this chain reaction. He can't save this stone, because if he does, I take his group on the very next move. So he's got to ignore it. He could save these 3 maybe or these 2 I should say, making it into 3 by playing there, and maybe squeaking left. I don't know. I don't think that might work either. But so he's got to ignore it, and then I take it. That's a huge swing. That was a massive swing. Wow, because I didn't have anything over here. This whole group I threw in a few moves ago was dead. I had none of this corner, and now all of a sudden I have the whole corner by far. And he's only got a group of 2 over here, which are not in good shape, and a group of 5 up here, which again, not in good shape unless he can play out here or here really quickly to get a little base formed against that right-hand wall. Because if I get one, like if I can play here or here, all of a sudden I've extended this group way out, I should say down, way down, and also puts the pressure on this group, because maybe I can connect up and just, in theory, take the whole side of the board, which would be huge. So that right down there, that was a massive swing by initiating that little chain reaction, taking that stone, forcing the next couple moves, and taking that. That was like a 20-point swing right there, right? Because I was down by 30 points. Estimated score right now, white by 15. So we just got 15 points back. And it looks like if I go back, like, what move am I on right now? I am on move number... where is it? I don't know what move I'm on. No, I don't want to analyze the game. Turn that off. What move is this? There we go. 132. But if I go back a handful of... I gotta turn that back on. If I go back a handful of moves... So right now I'm down by 15. Man, a couple of tangents today. Okay, we're back with it. And I'm at 132. So if I go back here... Estimate the score again... The computer thinks I'm up by 23. I was down by 30 not that long ago. And now it recognizes the change in this bottom right-hand corner, and the computer is giving me the whole bottom of the board. It cleans that up a little bit, like I said, by 132. It's not quite as lopsided, but still, momentum has swung my direction. Anyway, carrying on. What are we at here? 18 minutes already. All right, let's get into it. We're halfway through. Like I said, crazy game. Okay, so bottom of the board, we fight over that a little bit. He's trying to make something happen. I don't think it's going to work. Maybe he can kill me off. This group is not in good shape now. This only has 2 liberties. Meanwhile, his group also has 2 liberties. This group of 7 white stones. Oh, I think he blew it because he played in aggressive. I can take him. Puts me in there. Maybe not. But then I play in. Puts me in Atari, but too late. I got him. So, that's also huge. Bottom of the board. Mostly mine. And I might be able to kill these 3 stones off too. Maybe not. Never mind. He put me in Atari with those 2. So he's going to get the left corner. This is all going to be one group, actually. Because those 2 stones of mine will be dead. So, we have resolved things a little bit with some groups that were in play. Let's just quickly look at the score again, get a more accurate view. So black by 8. Big. I was down by 30. Came back a little bit. The computer thought I had actually more of an advantage, but once those kind of played out, things even out a bit, and now I am up by 8, which is, it's big. There were some big swings there on the bottom of the board. What else we got? So this might go a little faster now, actually, because I think a lot of the battles are going to be done. Now it's more just like tightening up the edges of your territory. You claim what you can claim. Maybe a couple little fights left. Some battling going on up here. This group of 4, I should say, is in trouble. This guy's probably dead. Maybe I can kill that stone off. I don't know. It's still pretty loose up here, though. What do we got? Atari takes me. Now it looks like I'm putting the pressure on these stones. That's interesting. Maybe I can kill these guys off. That'd be great. Yeah, he's trying to weasel his way in. He's doing a decent job, actually, of just stealing some of my territory. I don't know why some of these are just like grayed out. That's interesting. I guess the computer thinks you're going to be dead. Maybe if I turn off the AI review, there we go. That must be a new feature. Anyway, he's trying to throw in up top. He gets a little bit of space here and there, and I kill him right back. Now we're just kind of finessing, right? Nothing crazy is going to happen. I think this group of his is toast. He's trying to sneak out somewhere, but nowhere to go, nowhere to build any eyes. We can just fly through the last handful of moves here, and we're done. So we both passed at this point, so 258 moves, long game. Now we'll estimate the score again. Black by 14.5. So, big swings. We were down by 12, then we were down by 30. Then we came back, we were up by 20, up by 8, ended up winning by 14, 15 points. With some of these big swings in the bottom, recognizing that his groups, they weren't as secure as they seemed. And sometimes you have these little sections built up, right? With this group of mine, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 stones with 2 little empty spaces there in the middle. Not 2 eyes, but sometimes you think, hey, those 9 stones, 11 stones, whatever it is, it's dead because it's surrounded. But sometimes you can win those back if you kill off the group around it. And that becomes a huge swing because I killed off, say, 10 of his stones, plus the 10 or 12 point swing of these dead stones from his territory into mine. That can change the game, and it did in this case. Ended up with only 3 groups. Kind of a crazy game, as I have literally the right-hand side of the board with the left upper corner, and white's got a pretty big chunk. Extends out here. White's got a pretty big chunk too, though, right? White only has 1 group, but it is big, and he ended up killing off a decent chunk of my stones here. They just didn't get those eyes. He did a good job of encircling them. So could have been worse for both of us, I think. That game could have gone either direction. But good game, fun game. Wild swings. Hope you enjoyed it. That one took a while. We're at 23 minutes. Not too bad, actually. I guess that's it for this one. Until we see you next time, let's go.